Hi everyone, hope you have an amazing day and welcome to my blog MBA Crystal Talk. So today we discuss about the way to improve your company culture. So uh, what's your organizational culture? While individual teams can have subcultures of their own, company culture is always informed by your larger company values, missions and goals. But where do you start for improve your company culture? So company culture is never a one size fit all solutions. Always remember that. So but there are some easy actionable company culture ideas you can implement today to improve your organizations. So which should always be a top goal for HR leaders. Let's jump into the point. So, what's arguable the best way to improve culture? Ask your employees. Stay interviews can help you identify strengths and weaknesses in your company culture. Now, first of all, embrace transparency. So, transparency is not just positive for employees. The effects of a transparent company culture impact the entire organization and produce highly engaged employees. So, highly engaged employees are 2.1x more likely to report working for a transparent organizations than actively designated employees. Now, trust is the foundation of a great organizational culture, or always remember this. If you want an open and transparent company culture, your first step should be ensure that your company has the modern technology and collaboration tools to do so. And outdated communication tools can be a major barrier to transparency, especially if you are working across different offices and remote employees. So it's imperative that your team has an easy and efficient way to connect with one another and share crucial information. So, in addition to improving your communication in company and collaboration tools, another crucial step to take is simply defaulting to transparency. So, this is primarily a mental rather than a logistical shift. Instead of asking it, it is absolutely necessary to share this. Ask it absolutely necessary to conceal this. Is it that easy? Yes. So share successes. If you are going to do one thing, start with this. Openly share and recognize the successes of individuals, your teams and your organizations with everyone in your company, which motivated everyone to work and in productions or for the success of the company. So it's a major motivation boost for the team and hear the positive results of their hard work in your organizations. Now share challenges. If you hired the best and smartest employee in the room for a reason, by being open about the challenges you and your company are facing, you are presently opportunities for the team to come up with solutions together. Now this doesn't mean you need to share every miniature of the every logistical challenges, but when it comes to solving complicated challenges, several minds, especially when those perspectives come from diverse background, are more powerful than one. Now recognize and reward valuable contributions. So did you know that companies that emphasize having a recognitions rich culture also tend to have dramatically lower turnover rate? So employees who don't feel recognized are twice as likely to quit their job in a year. In fact, a recent Bounce survey found that nearly half of respondents have left a job because they felt unappreciated of in their company or organizations. So almost half, 46% of respondents have left a job because they felt unappreciated. Another 65 admitted that they would work harder if they felt like their contributions would be noticed by the management or the HR manager or the top managers. So the main thing is motivation of work. Always motivate your employees in organizations. On the flip side, the top 20% of companies with a recognitions-rich culture have a 31% lower turnover rate. So how much would a 31% reduction in your turnover rate save your company? A lot more than you think. So try your cost of employee turnover calculator to find out in a matter of seconds. So if you had like to see that kind of impact on your own turnover rate, you can hear our first sessions, identify specific behaviors and results aligned with your company's goals and values. Then recognize and reward those behaviors as frequently as you can. So most importantly, get everyone in one it. So employee recognitions doesn't have to come exclusively from the top. So it's often even more impactfully when recognitions come from all around, from the leaders, from the peers, from everyone, each and everybody of your company or organizations. So peer-to-peer recognitions is the most effective method of infusing recognitions into your culture. So peer-to-peer recognitions also dramatically reduces the managerial overhead required to make sure everyone's being recognized for the work they do. So in a recent customer survey, 73% of the respondents say they spend just 2 hours or less on bonusly admin each month. So if that doesn't convince your leadership team to invest in recognitions, so our webinar about securing executive buy-in might. So employees appreciation is also a great way to organically build stronger relationship between co-workers, which is the next step towards building an outstanding company culture. If you need to start somewhere, start with employee recognitions first. Make improvements to your company culture before employee leave from your company or leave their job for demotivations. Now, cultivate strong co-worker relationship. So having strong relationship at work drives employee engagement, but it doesn't happen automatically. Building strong co-workers relationship takes time, efforts, and sometimes dedicated team buildings. Activities don't count. So, but more than that, employee also should not make it a practice to scatter the moment their leader approaches to water cooler. In fact, research suggests you could benefit from doing the exact opposite. Companies should be creating spaces that encourages and even generate coalitions also. So we have learned, for example, that face-to-face interactions are far the most important actively in an office. Our data suggests that creating coalitions, change encounters, and unplanned interactions between knowledge workers both inside and outside the organizations improves performance of your organizations. Think about both the physical and culture environment in your own organizations in addition to improving space for focus, productively and collaboration. Sometimes that many offices miss out on are these coalitions area. So for example, think of there where you eat lunch. So there is a dedicated kitchen and eating area, or is there only a microwave and then everybody goes back to eat at their desks. So eating lunch together is one of the easiest way to get know your colleagues if you are on teams that don't normally interact, and it's an easy way to low budget way to encourage relationship building. So if your organization is hybrid or remote first, you can still find meaningfully team building activists and encourage organic collaborations. Now, embrace and inspire employee autonomy. No one likes to be micromanaged at work. It's ineffective, inefficient, and does little to inspire trust in your company culture. Always remember that. Micromanage at work. You hired them, so you should trust your employees to manage their responsibilities effectively. So there are a few ways you can ignite employee autonomy, like allowing employees to exercise choice, letting go of their 40 hours work week concept, establishing autonomous work team, creating decisions making opportunities, and reining or in over jealous. So bosses and co-workers who tend to hover or bully others. So embracing your team's autonomy allows them to make the sometimes difficult but incredibly rewarding leap from being held accountable to their responsibilities to embracing accountability as they being to take on and own their initiatives. Now, practice flexibility. Many companies have begun to understand the value of providing their employees with added flexibility, so it can improve morale and reduce turnover also. Workplace flexibility would mean many things in your organizations. So from a parent stepping out for a few hours of a school event to work from home opportunities, or an employee taking a much needed sabbatical. So if you are unsure how to begin implementing or a policy of flexibility in your workplace. Now, communicate purpose and passions in your company. Over the past 40 years, researchers have confirmed that people have an inherent need and desire for meaningful work. So work that they experience as significant and purposeful. Today, experiencing a sense of purpose in work seems more important than ever. So study shows that when people believe that their work matters, they are 4 times more likely to be engaged in their work, are more motivated, learn faster, and are more fulfilled in their organizations. So it is possible to find purpose in any type of work, but it's up to a company's leader to connect their employees to purpose. We meet the shares the explanations. We find that purpose is derived from our relationships, your sense of impact, and your sense of personal growth. If you think about it, those 3 things are responsible in any job. Anyone can build deep, nourishing relationship. Anyone can feel their work matter, and anyone can push themselves to develop in any setting. One of the most influential functions of a leader is the ability to infuse purpose into people's work and enable positive meaning. Reflect on your own company culture. Do you regularly show team members how their work benefits others? Do you often recognize team members for the impact they have made on your company's goal? If not, that's a good place to start. Promote a team atmosphere. Don't think of the other employee at your company as simply groups of others people you work with, but as integral members of your team. This shift is mentality from people so working toward individual goals to a unified team, all pulling in one direction, can make an enormous difference in the results of your work. So give and solicit regular feedback. Now, giving, not to mention receiving, feedback is hard. So it doesn't help that a lot of feedback, even with good intentions, is vague or not actually helpful. You may be thinking, we do annual performance reviews, feedback check, we have got news for you. Once a year, feedback doesn't improve or provide an employee with the tools they need to improve and growth in your company. Ideally, you should be providing feedback on a regular cadence. So, like in your one-on-ones meeting, and allowing your employees to give feedback in stay interviews as well. Sending out regular employee engagement survey is a great way to understand your team's concern and challenges in a timely way. So, and is a way to understand what your company is doing well too. So, take it from your state of employee engagement report. Now, highly engaged organizations are more likely than other organizations to measure engagement, and they are more likely to measure it more than once a year. So, giving frequent candid feedback is a benefit to everyone. You can reward good behaviors and results as they occur, which just encourages more of the same. Plus, an employee who's having trouble meeting management's expectation should never be blindsided at an annual review. Asking your employees meaningfully questions and soliciting discussion provides the support they and you need to make correction also. So it's a vital to recognize employees when and why they are doing well and work together towards solutions when a fix is needed. So retain your top employees by getting their candid feedback on your company's culture. Now stay true to your core values. So core values are much more than a list to bullet point on a company's about us page. So core values are a company's North Star. They are informed by an organization mission and goals and are the principles at the heart of your organizations. As such, they are not something you pick just because they sound good on your website. So your values determine what is important and meaningful to you. They align with your purpose and speak loudly and passionately to others and to yourself about who you are and what you are calling to do in this world. Now, if you want your company organization's culture to stick, you need to develop genuine core values and stay true to them. You can start by reading value about the value of aligning recognitions with your company values. Now, give culture building the effort it deserves. So, few things will have a greater impact on your organizations than its culture. Building a company culture takes time and energy. It doesn't just happen. Your culture should align with your mission and values, and it should resonate with everyone in the organizations. So failing to allocate the necessary time and effort into building a company culture you can be proud of will leave you
With a company culture, you simply accept or worse dislike. So there is no finish line. A truly amazing organizational culture is a constant work in progress, because as a company evolves, so do its people. Devote time to nourishing your company's culture and exemplify it in every way you can, so that your team will be able to recognize and emulate it. So thanks a lot for watching my videos.